How's it going, guys? Gabe, RC Cincy, Gabe here. And today, I just wanted to talk about a few things that went on. I'm currently charging a couple batteries. I was getting ready to do some flying. And I'm pretty bummed out. Yesterday, I tried to set up this all-in-one camera right here on my Bugs 3, which is very achievable. And apparently, don't use this connector. The light connector right here. You know, I basically spliced this because it's a 2-wire system. All it needs is a positive and negative. I spliced that, connected it back to where it goes, and then I turned it on, and then the unit at first I didn't notice because I was flipping through the channels trying to find it, and the unit immediately got hot, and then I quickly unplugged it, tried to connect it to a different battery, and it stopped working. So I think it burned out my all-in-one system, at least the receiver or the transmitter part of it got burned up. That's a bummer. All I simply did was take off a couple screws right here, pull that out, spliced it, and then come to find out, I've seen people in videos before plug it up there and it had no issues. This is pretty similar to the other connector that's found on my that connector right there is found on this one as well, my BWHIP 03. So those are the 3-prong connectors. I've seen the 3-prong, what do you call it, all-in-one system before. I couldn't find one that I liked, but I was just bummed out the way this connected to that. And the only adapter they give you is this, which is for a battery. And they don't realize is most drones actually has a spot for you to connect it. Now, I haven't tried, you know, connecting this style of connector. Let me see, anywhere else. And let me see something real quick. And of course, it plugs right up right there. Of course, you'd have to switch it, splice it, and switch it to this. You could still have your headlight on. You can remove it, obviously, or you can, you know, make a hole and then put it on top of the canopy right here, like so. You see, it needs this style. It needs a male, and they gave you a female with an adapter for a battery. I wish this was the male, and then they had a female adapter to connect to your normal batteries. That would have made it much nicer. I don't know if there's any like that out there, but the bummer part is, you know, $18.99 gone. I don't know if I could use the lens. You can unscrew these lenses in case the other one gets scratched. So if you turn it to your left, it loosens up. You can unscrew it. The antenna you can still use. The connector, the adapter. So, I mean, I can use some of the parts off of it. It's just a bummer that it crapped out. Now, even on YouTube, I've seen videos where actually people connected it to this. But for some reason, I don't know if it was because I had a 3-cell hooked up. But this board should control the voltage regardless of what you hook up here. This board, I would think, would be able to control what it goes to the outputs, you know. So that's just very unfortunate that that happened that way. But it's a lesson learned. And that now you can connect it to this, even if the connector looks like so, right here, it'll actually connect to it. Same with the this right here, which I was gonna put it on as well. I'm actually gonna put this camera on pretty much everything I own. I wanted to do FPV pretty much with everything because it's so nice and neat. So plug it up right here, and look at that, connected right to it. So all I'm gonna have to do is just simply splice this, make this the you know, the wire connector, and then you also have this end in case you want to hook it up to a battery if it doesn't have its own connection on the board. So what I'm probably gonna do is probably just splice this end on the other adapter. I'm gonna keep one because I ordered another one. I'm gonna keep one just like this in case someone needs a battery, and then I'm gonna splice one to where I can connect this to those two that do have a plug for it. I haven't seen it on any other drone. The only thing I haven't done is taken off this canopy yet to see this camera setup system. I'm sure it's pretty much this right here with the antenna just coming out of the back right here. Not sure exactly how it plugs up yet. I don't see it. I think it's plugged up on the top of the board. There's the bottom of the board. So here's your standard battery. I did use some of the juice. I might as well go ahead and let's switch this to high. There we go. Plug this up. Go ahead and let this charge while we're kind of talking a little bit of shop talk. I am probably going to fly this around. I'm going to try to do a video. I did find my memory card that I used in my DJI Spark. Stuck it in there. Goes right in, click it, pops right out. You can grab it. It's a 16 gigger is all you need. Actually, that's kind of a lot. You can probably get away with like a 4 or an 8. But that should be plenty. You know, I could do a few videos that way in case I gotta either, you know, restart the video or something happens. But it's just a bummer that, you know, this is probably one of my favorite drones. Probably the biggest. I don't know if it's the fastest. Actually, with the 3-cell, it is the fastest. You know, with a 3-cell, this can easily achieve 60. You know, 55, 60, even close to 70. So, I do have a bunch of props for it as well. I had 3 or 4 extra motors. I ended up having to use one because I felt like it wasn't working right. And where I've been keeping it, this blade got bent a little bit. So I'm gonna, after Christmas, I'm gonna be redoing the room a little bit. I'm gonna get some new shelves and stuff where I kind of put all my stuff. I kind of got to put it all up right now. So I'm going to redo the room after Christmas because it's crazy with all the gifts and everything going on. But the charger's been working phenomenal. I absolutely love this thing. You can charge so many batteries, you know, low and high voltage. And it charges fast. That's what I love about this. And it has a switch for your normal standard and then your high voltage one. So I do love that about it. If you wanted to, since it shows you constantly as it's charging, you can use lower voltage ones. You just gotta watch to where it gets to. Once, and before I did not see their number. Right here it says channel 6. This is channel 3. So let's wait for channel 3. So here's channel 2. And then channel 3 is at 4.15. So you can kind of monitor it as it's charging. And another thing I don't know if I mentioned before, that's the input is at 12.4 volts. USB is at 5.04. So it shows you every channel, everything. What I do love is I can unplug this, and then I can just simply take my ST60 battery, be out in the field, and plug this in. And then that's saying 12.3, 5.4 USB. Channel 1, and it's simply running off of this. So that, I find that absolutely amazing, that you can be out anywhere, and especially if you have a big battery like this. This is 2,800 milliamps. You know, you get like a 5 or 6,000. You pretty much charge everything. And it has so many adapters, so it does pretty much every single size, especially with these connectors and these leads. So that's really nice. But the main thing of this shop talk is honestly the unfortunate event of burning out the all-in-one. You know, honestly, I just thought it would be easier to connect it here. Lesson learned. You should always look for a connector like so, the 3 prongs. That pretty much indicates that it is for FPV. Not always, but check it. Sometimes you can actually see on the board. Let me see if I can see, like, if it'll tell me like the voltage or what it's for. Sometimes some boards are marked. It's so hard to read. But yeah, this still flies great and fast. And what I was gonna do, since I actually found a memory card, actually, what I can do quickly with you guys is take these tapes off. And I wanna connect it to this. I'm gonna splice this real quick, and I'm gonna connect this into it. And I'm gonna plug it directly into my B-Whoop, see if it works again. I've tried other batteries, maybe on, you know, on a board like that it might work. It's just a good chance that it's burned up, but I just wanted to basically splice this and then connect it to that. See if that is the power, if it's a power source, if at least the LED screen on the back of this lights up, just indicating that it's getting power. I wanted to see that. Now, unfortunately, I ran out of electrical tape. This tape does work. You know, it works just fine for what I'm using it for. It's just, you know, I had some, I don't know if it's out in my nitro bag outside in a shed or somewhere else. It'd be too cold to use anyways right now. If I have some, if not, I'll get some. I wouldn't mind getting like some shrink, doing it that way. Or a solder would be nice as well. So let's see, so I go in ahead and splice this, go ahead and just simply twist the positive and the positive. Very simple to do. I just give it a few good twists so it's connected really tightly. And then lay it flat. Get me a little piece of tape, and I just tape it to itself just to kind of grab it and keep it from moving. Or touching each other mainly is what you don't want to happen. You know, that will pretty much guarantee it's gonna burn out or malfunction. So let me push this tight together. There we go, they cannot touch. Go ahead and twist up the very last one. There's the end of it. Twist it up. So unfortunately, this happened, you know. This is a decent camera, it's a 600. You know, it's got decent power. It looks good. I know the other ones are much better. I've seen a few cameras that are like 50, like anywhere from 40 to 50 bucks just for the camera, and that's not including the transmitter. You can get transmitter boards pretty cheap. I've seen some good deals on them, 5.8 gigahertz at least, and I would get one. The only reason I like this one so much is that this had 5.8 gigahertz and it can switch 25 milliamps, 50, 200. So if you're racing with folks, you know, you obviously have to run 25, and then, you know, when you're outside and you need a little more boost, more range, the 200 will work. And a couple other things I found out about my goggles, and I say on review before, is this. These slide right off, upward, and it pops out, and this becomes a screen for you. Just show you real quick, I'll just turn it on real fast. Charged them last night. This becomes a screen for you, which is nice, you know. There's nothing on right now. That's really neat. So I do like that about it. Let's see here. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna plug this up. I wanna make sure these obviously don't touch. The leads or anything don't touch. Or the boards don't kinda, you know, make any kind of contact. Do not want that. So, let me line this up. Sure I got it lined up. That's why I'm kinda doing off to the side. I just had it plugged up in here. There we go. Got it plugged up. There's the camera. If anything, what I would do probably is pop this canopy on, just to keep, the canopy does add a little bit of weight, but fortunately this has a 7/16 motors with a button that says load. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to pop this canopy back on here. Perfect. And then just use some sticky tape. If these wires are long enough, let me make sure, see if you kind of get them to come out of this side. There we go. And then kind of stick this right here with some sticky tape, kind of upward angle. But first of all, let's see if it works. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I got batteries in this. Let's check it real quick. Yep, some AAAs. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug this in. There we go. Your standard flashing. I'll just leave the camera pointing in the direction right now. It doesn't really matter. Turn on the remote just to get it to stop beeping. Okay, there we go. And then let's go ahead and turn on the, Let's go ahead and take this off as well, just so it's a screen so you can kind of watch it with me. And then let's go ahead and do an auto scan. Come on. Hoping this lower voltage would get it to, uh-oh. Is it trying to work? Now the screen is not lit up on the back. See this little voltage? Normally this is lit up. And it is not. Believe that's where that plugs in at. There we go, whoops. There we go, I got it plugged up now. This might work, you never know. Hit auto scan. That'd be amazing if this was working. And I kind of wants to on what channel was that? Need to scan again. It's like C5, is that what that is? No, yeah, see? It kind of wants to work. Let's go ahead and change this. Increase the power to 250. Then put it on, let's leave that be. Wait a second for it to stop. E, F, let's do A. And there's the quick hold to the channels, I think, right? I think it's, there we go. Let's do channel 2. Okay. Now let's go ahead and hit auto rescan. I like almost wants to. Okay, so what we're gonna do, there's how you position on this board right there to get it to come on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just unplug this real quick. And then I'm just gonna plug this in to make sure the, it's almost done charging. That is channel 1, let's see, channel 1 is 4.33, so it's almost there. I'll just go ahead and use one of these batteries. I have never actually plugged up one of the new higher capacity, higher voltage. Plug that up. There we go. And that immediately comes on. Really nice picture. The delay is like almost none. So that works perfectly. Full bars reception, 2 or 3 bars. It's just so close, it can spaz out. So that's good that that's working. So it is the, that's kind of proof that it is that, that unit, that all-in-one. The new one will be here Monday. So probably one of the first ones I'm gonna put it on is this, because I just wanna see how this does. Basically gonna do the same system as that right there. Use that connector. I'm gonna end up having to cut that, unfortunately. Or maybe I don't. Oh yeah, I do, unfortunately. So that's no big issue, that doesn't bother me too much. Now these batteries have a higher discharge rating on top of the 50 milliamp gain of capacity. It can go 3.8 all the way to 4.35 volts. and all the way up to 100 Cs. So these are much better batteries. I got 4 of these for like 19 bucks. You know, so it was a good deal. What we got going on channel 3? Let's see what's going on channel 3. So it's gonna go back around. So let's see. The first channel should be almost done. Let's see. Channel 1 is 3 point. Yep, should be cutting off any second now. And third channel, that point, it's couple. It's about 2/10 away from being done. So this is almost done charging itself. This is what I was using last night with the adapter. This adapter right here to basically find out if that VTX did really burn out. So I'm not gonna take this one out of here, obviously. This is gonna stay with this one. I don't wanna take that out. I have an all new all-in-one coming out. These are 8 millimeters. These 716s do have a lot of, 716s do have a lot of power. Yeah, they're not as big as an 8 millimeter, but they're up there in power and RPM. So I'm really excited to see how this is gonna fly. With that on there, like I said, it has the load button, which will kind of adapt to its extra weight and then give it a little more power. You know, I'm really excited about that. You know, it's pretty much designed to put all-in-one on it. As you saw, it has the actual adapter there, and it actually even has one below. If I slide the battery down, right there. So I guess you could use one for like if it had like a transmitter, and the other one was the camera if you needed 2 power outlets instead of splicing them. You have 2 different powers. So I don't know if one is a little bit increased over the other one. I'm not sure exactly. You know, about all that. I'm thinking of getting a new frame. This one's a little bit beat up, but I thought about getting a new frame, stuff like that, but that's later on. What else? And then that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to be doing here shortly, hopefully, is, let me turn this controller off, is use this drone right here, the S85 Cyclone RTF version, with the goggles, and then you know, the memory card's in there. Just record a video for you guys and just see how I fly around the house. I think that'll be pretty cool. These batteries right here I absolutely love. They're getting up there in age. These are a Duracell rechargeable, and they're 2450 milliamp batteries. Now the only disadvantage to the capacity is instead of being 1.5, they're 1.2 milliamp batteries. Huh. Now it says here it's direct current at 1500. So it might be, it'll be close to a standard battery. I know standard battery is actually 1.5 volts. So it's a little bit, but you know, the capacity and being able to recharge them is huge. Really huge for me. I've been using those pretty much. This battery is done now. Unplug this. This one's fully charged. This battery actually goes to the, I think it's the Renegade or Raider, to the Raider drone. That's actually the one that I had to use one of these 7/16 motors because one of the motors burned out. I used one of those motors, unplugged it, and then I ordered 4 more for this one a while back. So this one has a new set of motors pretty much. So there's a lot going on. I have a lot of plans. Mainly, the main stuff that's going to be happening is, first of all, before I think I'm going to do FPV again in this, I'm probably going to go ahead and fly with the different props and the different batteries. So I have the bullnose. I think they're 6045s. And then I'm also going to fly with the Dow blades, the 5050 or 4550s. I can't remember the exact numbers. It's been so long. 4550, I think. So one's a tri-blade, the other one's a bullnose. About the same size as these. So I'm really excited about that, just to see the performance. And then I have two 2-cells and then one 3-cell. So I was gonna kind of get the time, show you the different capacities, and then the speed performance. Hopefully I can measure that maybe by doing a distance run, like marking 2 points. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do that yet. And then I also have some flights I got to do with the Spark. Unfortunately, the only thing that's been holding me back with that is the editing software. I can only edit in 60 frames, and as you know, the Spark records in 30. So I need some different editing software. I would like to really post some videos from that because it is an amazing aircraft. It's small, you can take it anywhere, you know, you can pop it up anytime and just fly and really enjoy it with that. And then obviously do some FPV flying with this. And then immediately after this, the new one should be here Monday, and I'm just gonna pretty much fly and FPV everything. I'm gonna do a couple with the rock crawler. I think that would be amazing. And that small micro rock, that smaller rock crawler I have, I think it's like a 1/16 or something small like that. So that'd be amazing to be on that. And then obviously I wanna do something with the tank, and then put this in a cab of the excavator. That would be phenomenal as well. So